So if we were to look at this statement that was released by the church, it says that it will not stop serving communion in this way, insisting that it can't be a cause of disease transmission. The statement then reads that faithful of all ages know that coming to receive the Holy Communion, even in the midst of a pandemic, is both a practical affirmation of self-surrender to the living God and a potent manifestation of love, Bev.
Which is blind faith in a way, and quite stunning considering the measures.
I believe that faith strengthens your immune system. If you really believe, you won't catch it.
Whoever believes in Christ need not fear anything. When you take the road of Christ, everything goes well.
Kalau virus kita terkena ada Tuhan.
Itu kan badan fisik kita sudah dibersihkan, cuci tangan, cuci kuping, segala macam, dan selama kita bagus-bagus saja di dalam kehidupan kita, nggak usah takut dengan virus corona itu.
The founder of the controversial Shincheonji Church is being investigated for allegedly trying to cover up infections. The church in the city of Daegu has been described as the epicenter of South Korea's outbreak.
Churches and places of worship are known for fellowshipping. In fact, in Catholic churches, members express their fellowship and union during communion by drinking from the same cup. Some pastors we spoke to say they are modifying their communion service in the wake of coronavirus. Rabbis from local synagogues say they are also erring on the side of caution and changing the way they greet each other and amping up their cleaning procedures.
Coronavirus has altered some of the Catholic Church's ancient rituals, such as holding Lent and Easter services this year in empty churches.
In Bethlehem, meanwhile, the Church of the Nativity and other holy sites have closed their doors for at least 2 weeks, and foreign tourists have been banned from West Bank hotels after 4 suspected coronavirus cases were reported.
The situation has now become more serious. The Israeli and Jordanian sides told us that a group of tourists from Greece is affected, so we took action. We barred tourists entering Bethlehem and the Jordan Valley.
So has Islamist holiest mosque in Mecca, where the year-round smaller pilgrimage of Umrah has been suspended for the first time in more than 40 years. But the most drastic measure was the total closure of all mosques, not only in Saudi Arabia, but the Gulf region and most of the Muslim world. The Grand Mosque of Doha has also been shut down until further notice. No congregational prayers have been held here or anywhere else across the country for days. An unprecedented situation for a Muslim conservative community where observing the 5 daily prayers in mosques is seen as one of Islam's most fundamental rituals. The closure decision is sanctioned by a fatwa or ruling by Islamic scholars, citing the preservation of human life as a priority over religious duty.
Religious and health authorities everywhere are trying to prevent spreading the disease, as well as avoiding the tough criticism levelled at Iran, one of the worst affected countries. It has now cancelled Friday prayers in major cities and started disinfection operations at places of worship, but it's been accused of reacting too slowly to the outbreak.
Other world religions are adopting similar measures to limit the coronavirus risk. At one of India's holiest shrines for the Sikh religion, there is more health-related activity than religious prayer going on, and fewer visitors to the Golden Temple of Amritsar. Buddhist temples across South Asia are also seeing a sharp decrease in the number of prayergoers.
Christ Church Georgetown in Washington, D.C., where at least 1 case has been confirmed, are on high alert. All services and meetings have been canceled until further notice. Some members of the congregation have also been asked to self-quarantine. Synagogues in New York, D.C., and other areas canceled celebrations in honor of the Jewish holiday Purim. Rabbis are also asking people not to kiss the Torah and to avoid physical contact with other congregants.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is suspending all public gatherings worldwide. From Chicago to Detroit, mosques are canceling Friday prayers. In New York and New Jersey, some synagogues are doing the same for Shabbat services. In Washington, D.C., Episcopal churches, including the National Cathedral, are shutting down for at least 2 weeks.
विश्व की शांति की अभी कोरोना को हम प्रसाद चढ़ा के उनको भी शांत करेंगे और गौ माता का हम प्रार्थना करते हैं। सब लोग गौ माता से आह्वान करते हैं, सब लोग अपना पकड़ लो, आह्वान करते हैं कि सबको निरोध उत्पन्न करो और सभी पूरे विश्व से वो करते हैं कि एक पूरे गौमूत्र का सेवन करें। जय गौ माता की।